Good morning.
Good morning.
So we're back in Mula. We've been here a couple days because the vet's only open on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so it's Thursday now. So we're gonna go get back to see the vet to see if we can get a shot, second round of shots, and then today we're gonna embark on a 400-kilometer trek over to the Pacific side and then back to the Sea of Cortez side. I figure it'll take us 3 or 4 days, so it should be epic off-road views and scenery, and really looking forward to it. That's all you got?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
We ended up camping near the lighthouse in Mula again. It's a free place to camp and there's garbage cans, which let me tell you is a blessing. And there is an amazing taco truck 3-minute walk from here.
Pretty sick van from Washington. Gotta do a U-turn here.
Mula is great, but the streets are very tight. I wouldn't recommend trailers or big motorhomes.
I like the full town. It's super cute.
Yeah, it is. Mula it's a quaint little town for sure.
Reminds me almost of Antigua.
Of Antigua?
Yeah.
Well, Ed's got a second round of shots, and
Cost $20 to go to the vet today.
yeah, 250 pesos. So that's about 20 bucks.
And now the adventure begins. Let's go see what we can find in these mountains.
Well, we had to backtrack 70 kilometers to get to this route, but wasn't too bad. It's always a beautiful route down the coast, and here we go into the mountains. Probably gonna stop to the air down. I should probably just do it now, eh? Yeah. We're gonna air down.
One day I'll invest in proper tire deflators. But for now, I'll continue using my chainsaw bar wrench.
Well, we're down to 30 in the front and 40 in the rear. See how that does. See what this road, how rough this road gets. Here we go.
And a dog.
You must be hurting them. Two dogs.
Yeah.
The rivers must flow through here in the wet season. Well, we're starting to climb. The road's getting a little rougher, like that, but still pretty decent shape. Just sharp rock. It reminds me of the Dempster Highway heading up to TUKTOYAKTUK, the Arctic Ocean.
Good boy. Good boy.
This hill's a little bit washed out.
I wish the video would show you how steep it really is.
That should be the worst of it. There we go, smoothing out again.
Until it's not. The road was rough, bumpy, and slow.
road's right washed away here.
River crossing.
So would be, yeah, if it was the rainy season, we'd be doing
All the dishes.
Huh?
There goes all the dishes.
Is it covered open?
No, they're just flailing around in there.
At least we know the bottoms of the riverbeds are solid.
One of the things about taking your house on wheels off-roading is the mess that you can potentially create in the back from all the bouncing and swaying along the road. As we slowly kept climbing higher and higher into the desert mountains, the views just got better and better as we went. How I would love the opportunity to see the ferociousness of the river down below in the rainy season. And once again, we hit some of Kristen's favorite parts of being in the backcountry: narrow, steep shelf roads. It was very comforting for Kristen that most of the steep switchbacks widened out and was effortless for Beulah the Ambo.
Just letting that out for a break. We just came across
A couple in a Unimog Earth Roamer who had flat tires, and they suggested to us not to continue any further down this path. Just sounded like a challenge to us, so we kept moving. Unfortunately, video never shows you how the conditions really are. This road was steep with deep potholes and very sharp rock. Slow and steady for the win. I just kept her in 4 low, idled our way to the top of the hill without any issues.
It's cool that out in the middle of nowhere there's these little ranches.
It is always amazing to us how far out in the middle of nowhere you find concrete poured to help with erosion in the rainy season. I'm curious to know if the ranchers pay for it all or if the government helps them out. The vast desert sure has a way to make you feel all alone and very small. After 6 hours of bouncing over this remote mountain pass, we finally pop out of the mountains overlooking this beautiful little town of La Persima. As we make our way down the steep switchbacks, we are both amazed that this is not a more popular place, as it's nestled in the mountains alongside a flowing river with greenery surrounding it all. And after a slow descent down, we made it to the bottom.
Yeah, just a little tiny village in the middle of nowhere. Apparently there's a one campsite, one restaurant, and a little tienda. Buenas tardes. Give me a sticker. Sticker.
Like there's a car coming.
Look at this. This is just beautiful. Wow. A little oasis in the middle of the mountains. Oh, that dozer doesn't look good down there.
Yeah, he's there you go.
This is pretty cool.
To our surprise, we later learned that there is a paved road all the way here coming from the west coast. So much for what we thought was a lost mountain town. Regardless, it was still an epic journey for us coming from the east.
It's amazing what a little water will do to green everything up.
After our desert mountain pass adventure getting here, it was so rewarding to find this green lush community.
Kristen just made a good point. Like, this feels like one of the little villages in Vietnam that we rode through. Has the same feel. I'm gonna have to do some research on this place. Not what we were expecting. But I see why people live here. Well, we stopped at the little like hostel hotel that
The Bates Motel.
that sounded like there was a restaurant there, but the lady has no English. We have no Spanish. Coma food. Try to tell her that we want to buy food, and no bueno. So after searching around this little community, we finally had to go to the tire shop, and we found a guy named Felix, who actually owns a little campground here. So he showed us the way to his little campground. I guess we're the only third people who has ever stayed here. I'll show you around. It's pretty rustic, but it was super cheap, super nice guy, support him, so that's good. And yeah, we're just making dinner and hanging out in this little green space. It's really nice. It's a big loop here. We just kind of parked in the middle because it's really level. He's still got some work to do. He's working on the bathrooms right now. And yeah, it's all good. So yeah, we were in the shade. That's why I got the panel way out there. But all in all, it's pretty rough, but it's a nice, safe, good place to stay, and you're supporting a nice local guy.